knowing what you know now, will you still have made that move to come to Canada?
The short answer is no.
Yes, that will still happen. It's going to take generations to turn things around in Nigeria. Canada, if a government is serious and wants to change things around, within 5-6 years, they can do that.
All indications does not show that things will be rosy for the next 4 years.
So the government who has created policies and has made it easy for immigrants to come in at the detriment of their own economy, to the detriment of their people, it's not any immigrants' fault.
Every day that I live here is a mental struggle. This place is a rat race. I'm making money and the government is finding ingenious ways to take it from me.
Until Canada deteriorates to the rate to what Nigeria is, Canada will always be a better option for anybody to move to.
But you see that better opportunity, in second passport. I looked at my options. Where can I easily get a second passport? And Canada was there and it presented itself.
Chiba, your hand is raised. Do you have something? Or not? Okay.
Yeah. You were saying, I think, sorry, at some point I went off, but I think what you were asking was, what would the Kanye elections have? What impact would it have on immigration? Is that correct?
Yes. It's that when this dust settles, this tariff war, trade, and this whole Trump fiasco, then the conversation will now shift to the prevailing issues that many of people like you raised, at least for the former or the past governments, and what is the way forward, and what do we foresee will happen when everything is over and we are faced with the real issues.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a direct answer on the immigration part. I think the approach will be two-pronged. What they communicate publicly and what they would do internally. How is it that the man who had the ambitions to become the #1 citizen of Canada, before he joined politics officially, moved the headquarters of his own business from Canada to America? And it doesn't signal to you that our economy is in doldrums. Like, how would you still vote that person in? Like, what's the logic behind it? Clearly, the example I give you here would paint a clear picture. How can the MD of Union Bank be marketing you to join his bank, bring your funds to his bank, come and do business with his bank? But then he has clearly moved his family's fortune to another bank. What does that tell you? And that is the same scenario we find ourselves. That one of the biggest companies in Canada, that McCartney was on the board, folded up and moved their head office to US right before he started running to become prime minister. And you want me to believe that he is going to do miracle. If his skin was in the game, he should have left his business in Canada so that we know that, okay, we are in this ship together. He will work to make sure that this ship does not sink. But this man has moved his own company to safe waters and is now telling us to help him row a boat that is clearly sinking. I know that he has won. Oh, I know that he has won. So that one, the point I'm going to make now is mute. But the information some of us had was that if he had lost, he would not have retained his position. He would have gone back to private practice. All I know is that all indications does not show that things will be rosy for the next 4 years. How it will be, I don't honestly know. So
thank you so much.
That's where I stand on that. Yeah.
For that contribution, and thank you guys for this this topic. Of course, time will tell how things will have. And because we're on the home stretch now, we have just about 10 minutes. So I want us to wrap up in 10 minutes. So I see your hand, but anyway, I'll start with you. But So now I've heard you guys, and I'm thinking now, looking at this in a broad perspective. A couple of weeks ago, we had a liberal or a Nigerian immigrant in Canada who supports liberal governments. Claims
90% of them do. So you a lot of Nigerians you speak to, don't worry. You'll find that most of them are liberal leaning. So we are the few ones, and to
And
some
I
of them.
spoke and I spoke to someone. Sorry to add this. I spoke to a Nigerian politician here, and he said, of course, we know Nigerians will support Libra because everybody they find where he go chop. Nobody won't contribute. It is the same stomach infrastructure that pursued us from Nigeria that is bringing us here. And that is why most Nigerians will go Libra, because it is socialist and it is stomach infrastructure. And it is clear because everybody is looking for what to take, not what to give. And that is it. So,
reason I'm like you are just going to that direction. The reason I'm saying that because he made a very valid point. Wait, so we had him here with Busui, and not he made a not sorry, I take it back. I'm neutral. He made a very strong point, and he said no matter how that things are tough, things are bad, and everything, that no matter how bad it is, and he asked Busui that question. He said, Busui, will you recommend Canada today to a loved one, a sibling, a brother, a sister? Will you not prefer that they're in Canada today of today than in Nigeria or wherever they're coming from in Africa? That was his question. So, and that was the point that he was trying to make, that as bad as things may be, that Canada is still better off than where people or immigrants are coming from. That's number one. Number two, he said that the thing in Canada is a global phenomenon, and we should stop looking at comparing Canada with the US. That are two different countries. That was the second thing he said. So my question is, knowing what you, and I've asked this question before, but in this context now, you all are very knowledgeable about what is going on in the country right now. And there are people who are still looking for ways to come to Canada, whether who are still waiting for that email to be approved, who are still praying, even in 2025, wanting to come to this place for a better life. It is hard to say, okay, looking back, but knowing what you know now, if you were in that category of people and somebody with your intellectual mind, somebody, you are on this call now, you're listening to yourself, and I'm breaking down all these things and all these problems and whatever the situation and challenge you have, will you still have made that move to come to Canada? That's my question. If we can answer this in 2 minutes each, I would appreciate it. 2 minutes each. Okay, Bushi, let's start with you. 2 minutes each, please. I'll send in the comments notification. 2 minutes. Thank you. You are muted, Bushi.
Sorry, yeah, very good question that you asked. Very, very good question. See, and one thing, and this mindset that we always have, or this saying to say that, is it not still, will you not, is this not still better than Nigeria? Would you not still halaput it? We agree. Definitely, Canada is, and you can see in our earlier discussions, there were things we mentioned that why are the things that we like in Canada. Definitely, some of us moved from out of Nigeria to Canada not because of money or economic reason. Some of us moved for the peace of mind. Some of us moved there for the peace of how I put it for the maintenance or how I put it, or law in the society, the safety and all those things. A lot of reasons why a lot of people move. So it's not just about economy. But to your question, yes, I will still have moved based on how I put it, what the Nigerian society is looking at right now, what the Canadian society is looking at right now. As bad as Canada is, there is still a way, if Canada is serious, to course correct, the bads and tide the how I put it, the ship of the country, or how is that saying? Tide the ship, the how I put the flow of the country to the right way. For Nigeria, it's going to be difficult. It's going to. I'm not saying it can't be done, no, but you and I know.
Let's not waste our time. It can't be done.
It is going to be serious work. It's going to take generations to turn things around in Nigeria. Canada, if a government is serious and wants to change things around, within 5-6 years, they can do that in Canada here. But in Nigeria,
If you are in Nigeria now, today, and you are trying to come, many Nigerians are trying to come to Canada, even till today, if they have the opportunity to do so. And let's assume that the policies that you're complaining about for so long are still being enacted, and they're still allowing more people to come in, despite the fact that the resources are limited and cannot maintain or take care of the population coming in. If you're part of those people, the last thing in your head is thinking, oh, how am I affecting housing availability? How am I affecting the economy? I'm just one person. I'm here to make a better life for myself. And if you know what you know now and you still come, what I'm saying is that, is it not that, aren't you part of the problem that you're talking about? That's knowing what you know is different from someone who doesn't know. Won't you? That's you saying, okay, you know it, but you're still coming in. So aren't you going to be part of the problem if you choose to still come to a situation that you're complaining about right now?
the major reason I came here, or the reason I moved here, is for my kids. Let me give you this analogy, Shegun.
1 minute. Thanks.
Yeah. Let me give you this analogy. If you put your laptop if you're in Lagos now, you know how Lagos is, and you stay in Yaba. You put your laptop in your car, your new Apple laptop, you put it in your car where it's quite visible, and your car is not locked, and and it gets stolen. I'm not saying the thief is not at fault. Who stole the laptop, but you who put the laptop in the car where it's quite visible for a thief to see it. Did you take good care of it? Did you take good care of it? Or do you have any fault in it? So the government who has created policies and has made it easy for immigrants to come in at the detriment of their own economy, to the detriment of their people, it's not any immigrant's fault who has come in. The immigrant has not, as long as you have come into this place legally, it's not your fault. The government has created a pathway for you to come in. When I was in Nigeria then, there were Canadian schools then that were coming to Nigeria, were having open show, bazaars and everything, trying to attract students to come in. There were programs telling you to, if you're a skilled worker, if you're this thing, Canada is the place for you to move to. Now, personally on my own, why did I move here? I moved here looking at the way Nigeria was and the way things were going, to give my kids a better opportunity, a foundation, let them stay in a place where it's law abiding, it's peaceful. But you see that better opportunity, in second passports. That's the reason I didn't plan to move here, to come here. I'm not here to stay so long here to say this is the end goal. This is my home. This is where I'm going to be. The only reason why I moved here was that I looked at my options. Where can I easily get a second passport that makes a lot of sense, that I can easily get, that can open doors for me? And Canada was there and it presented itself, and I took advantage of it, and I have gotten it. Now, to the citizens of the country or to the Canadians, it is fortunate and it's unfortunate. I have my own options. I do not plan to stay here that long. I do not want to be 60 here and be packing snow when it comes to winter. I'm out of here. I don't know to where. Maybe the US, maybe Nigeria, back to Nigeria. I don't know yet, but definitely I'm not going to be here. Now, my children, it's their choice. I've given them the opportunities of what they want, how I put it. I've gotten the second passport for them. The choice is theirs. They are going to how I put it. They're going to part their own way, or should I say they are going to lay their own part, and it's left to them. I have done mine, and I'll be out of here soon. So
Right.
that Canada gave the opportunity, yes, I would have moved. For the fact of I'm looking for the second passport, I've gotten what I've gotten now to opening the door that I need for it to open for me, and that is it. I'm not here for any economic prosperity, because even before I came here, I understood the dynamics of the country and understood how the country works. If the opportunity comes for economic prosperity, why not? I'll definitely, I will take it, and which I'm still cutting that cost, But if it doesn't, I'm not.
All right. Thanks for that
I'm fine.
contribution, Busui. Okay, Chiba, 2 minutes, and Emeka, 2 minutes. So round up. I'll send a reminder. Thank you. 2 minutes.
All right, thank you. So here's what I would say. My people have this saying. They say the poor man's goat is his own cow, right? So what does that mean? The value of my own goat as a poor man is the same, if not more, than the way a rich man values his own cows. So until Canada deteriorates to the rate to what Nigeria is, Canada will always be a better option for anybody to move to. And then that doesn't need to be overanalyzed, because the prospects for a better Nigeria, I don't see it in this generation. But that's that. So I will continue to advise people to come to Canada. The onus is on those who lead Canada to do a re-evaluation, look beyond politics, and say, what are the fundamental values about Canada that I want to be re-emphasized to everybody coming to Canada? What are we trying to create? What does it mean to be a Canadian? We have not defined it in this country. Today is elbows up. Today
we are not Americans.
Tomorrow is Oilers. The other one, they say is Putin. The other one, they say is Maple Leaf. We don't have like Nigeria. Canada in some sense reminds me of Nigeria, where if you ask what the Nigerian culture is, everybody would default to their indigenous tribal culture. You can't hold on to one tangible thing and say, this is what being a Nigerian stands for. Everybody will fall back to, what do I hold there as an Igbo man? What do I hold there as a Yoruba man? And that is one thing that Canada is struggling with. Canada needs to identify what being a Canadian actually means, not being the anti of something. That is the most vanilla approach to self-analysis that I've ever seen. What is a Canadian? I just know that I'm not an American. That's stupid. I'm sorry, but that doesn't speak to anything. So until they define what being a Canadian is, then everybody who migrates to Canada will come here, take what they need, and go back to where they feel makes sense for them. And that's where I'll leave it. So
thank you so much, Chibaik. And Emeka, to round up, 2 minutes, please. Any closing remarks concerning all this?
I beg, remind me the question. I don't forget.
So I said, I think I was following up on Busui's statement. I think the question was, if I
knowing what I know, would I come to Canada today?
Yes. Do you know what you just everything you know now? Would you be part of people in 2025 packing their bags and saying, "Oh, I want to come to this Canada of 2025"? Would you be part of that people?
I'm a very straightforward person. The short answer is no. It's as simple as that, because there's like the mental gymnastics I have to go through every day. I'm somebody who things have to make sense too. 1 + 1 has to be 2. 2 + 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. I don't know how to do, well, sometimes 1 + 1 can be 3, depending on context. I don't know how to do that. So this is me. Every day that I live here is a mental struggle to conform to something that I don't understand. Even as a microbiologist, I had to accept a new definition of vaccination when COVID was happening. Everything I learned in the university in immunology was turned upside down. And saying this is what I know would have made me a conspiracy theorist or an anti-vaxxer. I mean, how do you live with that? So knowing what I know in Canada today, if I had the means to come to Canada, I'd go somewhere else. Maybe I don't even know where, but I'm sure that wherever it is I'll go will have its problems. So knowing what I know, would I come to Canada? No, I'm not coming. because
Thank
it's
you.
almost like this place is a rat race. I'm put in a cycle where I have to perpetually chase my tail, where I'm making money and the government is finding ingenious ways to take it from me. Even when I finish paying off this house that I live in, the city will still come back with property taxes. So you're never free. You're just a clog in this big machine that the government runs, and it's exhausting, but we're here now, so we'll have to survive and live with it.
All right. Thank you so much for that, and thank you all for enriching this conversation. And I know that we have so many things on our minds, and hopefully, people can learn one or two things and contribute. Space. So I really appreciate everyone spacing out time to come on board. Thank you, Chibai. Thank you, Uncle Peter. Thank you, Sui. And have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. God bless.